Hey guys, what's up? I want to talk to you real briefly about what it means when Jesus asks you or tells you to go to the other side. In the book of Luke, when he tells the disciples, he says, let us go to the other side. First thing that we need to realize is that when Jesus asks you or tells you to go to the other side, he's not going to leave you alone. Anything that we find in scripture is not by happenstance. Notice that he never says to the disciples, I want you to go to the other side, but he says, let us go to the other side. So the first thing we need to understand is that when Jesus is getting ready to take us higher, when he's getting ready to take us to a different level, when he's getting ready to move us from one place to the next, he's going to come with us. He's going to get in the boat with us, right? And so when he says, let us go to the other side, the text says that the disciples launched out. And that word launched in the Greek, I wrote it down, means anago, which means to lead or to bring to a higher place, to go forth or depart. So anytime Jesus says, let us go let us go to the other side, we must understand that his intent is to take us higher, to take us to another level, to depart from the place that we are in, to get us to a new level in him, right? And so when they launch out, it says that the storm came. And so from this, we understand is that when Jesus is getting ready, or when God gets ready to take us over, to take us into a new level, there are going to be storms that arise, and those storms are going to be to test our faith, because we have to have a certain level of faith for the next level that we're going to. The faith that we had on one side is not going to work on the other side. And so the storms come before we get to the other side to prepare us for what's going to meet us there. If we read on further in the book of Luke, it says once they got off the boat, as soon as they got off the boat, it says there was a man who met them who was possessed with demons. And what's interesting is if you read in the text, this was the man who had a legion of demons, which means he had an army of demons. That word legion means many, right? And so this wasn't just an ordinary demon possessed man. This was a man who was gravely vexed with demons. And for all intents and purposes, the storm that they encountered on their way to the other side, I believe, was to prepare them for what it is that they were going to get ready to meet. And so when storms come, we have to know that they are not to cause us to drown, but they are to prepare us for the next level that God is getting ready to take us to. And watch this last very important point. Even though the disciples knew that Jesus was with them, they still became fearful. And we cannot judge the disciples, right? Because how many of us are the same way? How many of us know that Jesus is on our boat, yet when storms come, we still get a little bit fearful? And Jesus was a little bit disappointed in his disciples, but his disappointment didn't prohibit him from chastising the storm. And what do I mean? Because here's another thing that I found out. When I looked up the word rebuke in the Greek, it means, I think I'm saying this right, epitomaio. We're going to go with that. It means epitomaio, but the definition means, watch this, y'all, to raise the price, to tax, to censure, or to charge. In other words, Jesus charged the storm. When Jesus rebuked the winds and the wave, he made them pay a price, because no matter how faithless we are, Jesus or our God doesn't take too kindly to those things that are trying to destroy us. And so he rebukes the winds and the wave. He makes the wind and the wave pay a price. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, tonight, but God is getting ready to make your storms pay a price. Those who speak against you are going to pay a price. Every lying tongue that could rises up against you, God is getting ready to make a price. Those who try to sabotage you, God is going to make them pay a price. Those people who try to scandalize your name, they talk about you, they lie on you, they tell you that, you are nothing. They try to belittle you. They try to make you second guess. But most of all, I'm even talking about the devil himself. Those spiritual battles, those storms that he sends your way to distract you and deter you from getting to the other side, from getting to the other level. They are going to have to pay a price. You need to say, my daddy don't play about me. Yes, I may not have the faith that I should have. Yes, I know I disappoint him sometimes. Yes, I understand that I should be at a higher level, or I should trust that because he's in my boat, he's not going to allow this storm to overtake me. But even in my humanity, when I get weak, it's not going to stop my Father from coming to my defense and making those who wish and seek to do me harm pay a price. I just want to let you know tonight that Jesus is in your boat. You don't have to worry. You're not about to perish. You are not going to drown. You are going to make it to the other side, because Jesus said, let us go into the other side. And the scripture comes to my mind that, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Why? Because thou art with me. I want to let you know that when Jesus is getting ready to take you to the other side, he's going to be with you. The text says, he said, let us go. He's not going to send you across the water. He's not going to send you to another level. He's not going to take you to another level by yourself. Jesus said that I will never leave you, nor will I forsake you. Let that be your comfort tonight. So even when he's silent, even when it seems like he's not awake or he doesn't see the storm around, it doesn't matter, because you have the master of the sea on your boat. So don't get your eyes on the waves. Don't keep your eyes on the wave. And I think later on, remember again when he calls Peter to step out on the water. He calls Peter to step out of the boat. Thank you, Holy Ghost, onto the water. That was another testing of the faith. The storm comes back. Right? It is the same storm that was in the boat with them when he told them to go to the other side. And, he still ain't learned a lesson because he kept his eyes on the storm. But just know that when God calls you out of the boat, when he calls you to go to the other side, he's going to be right there with you. And anything that comes to seek to do you harm, he's going to make them pay a price. He's going to raise the tax on your storm. Rest tonight, child of God, because you are going to make it to the other side.